first at the service line in a long time as a hit comes, and it should stay in bounds, and it does.
On the serve, dug out by Bishop. This to the middle, and slamming one home.
Serves over, dug out by Brodzinski. Jones now an attack by Dylan Miller, killed good.
And free ball to the crossover. Eilertson will get the pass for Hawley, set up left side. Rusted down with the kill.
Set it up, Bostena left side. Big kill blocked at the net. Kept alive by the Greyhounds.
So Jones setting across court. Here's Sip with a right-handed kill. The attempt is in.
And a serve goes to Kiera Johnson. A libero, but mishandles it. It's an ace.
Jensen Richmond to Crockett. Crockett able to get it over. This one comes to the middle again. Cope gets the kill.
Halsted Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
It's the State Class B volleyball tournament here inside the Bismarck Event Center at the Exhibit Hall, featuring the #1 overall seed in the State B tournament in Northern Cass, going up against the All Redeemers Minuts, the champs out of Region 6. I'm Chase Miller. Thank you very much for tuning in. Northern Cass 36-1 on the season, head coached by Angie Johnson, while for All Redeemers 27-11-2, head coached by Kara Gonzato here for our Redeemers out of Region 6. For Northern Cass, they've won 10 straight, including a 3-0 sweep of Sargent County in the quarters, defeating Waimea Ridgewood in the semifinals, and topping Kindred in the championship, all via the sweep here for Northern Cass. On the opposite side, for our Redeemers, they swept West Hope Newburgh in the quarters, defeated South Prairie Max in the semis, and 1-4 over Rugby in the championship from the Minot Auditorium. This season, Northern Cass and Minot Redeemers, it's their first meeting between the programs here on the year. Still to come on our pregame show, we'll also hear from head coach Angie Johnson for the Northern Cass Jaguars. From there as well, we'll get to our little player profile, and we'll get to the starting lineups between the Jags and the Knights here in this contest. But again, it is the Our Redeemers Knights, the champs out of Region 6, going up against the Region 1 champs and the #1 overall seed in the Northern Cass Jaguars. Winner of this contest moves into the semifinals tomorrow, and that'll be at 3 o'clock, while the loser of this contest will play in the Constellation semifinals tomorrow at 7. Earlier today, Linton HMB won in 4 sets over New Rockford Cheyenne, and Thompson earned a sweep over the Garrison Troopers. So Linton HMB and Thompson will play at 1, while in the Constellation semifinals, it'll feature New Rockford, Cheyenne, and Garrison. Our pregame show continues after this here on yourliveevent.com.
It's the 35th year of the Hillsborough Business Association Christmas Cash Campaign. Stop at Dakota Heritage Bank or Goose River Bank and sign up for the HBA's interest-free Christmas cash loans of $500 to $1,000 in Christmas cash available to qualified borrowers. Take 10 months to repay the loan with no finance charge or application fee. All participants will be given additional 10% of each loan amount in free Christmas cash, compliments of the Hillsborough EDC. Sign up for your interest-free Hillsborough Christmas Cash loan today and then visit the businesses participating in the HBA Christmas Cash promotion.
The Northern Cass School District believes that every learner can change the world. That's why they provide a world-class education. Northern Cass will commit to purposely build trust, develop authentic relationships, and engage in innovative practices which will empower learners to be choice-ready. Northern Cass is dedicated and passionate about relationships, teaching and learning, self-reflection, acknowledging greatness, and support of the community. For more information, go online to northerncasschool.org. That's northerncasschool.org. Coming down with Coach Angie Johnson in 3, 2. Northern Cass ready to get back to a state tournament here for the 3rd consecutive season, and joining us now for Northern Cass, that is their head coach, Angie Johnson. And Angie, let's just recap the Region 1 volleyball tournament. I know after the match got done, we had an opportunity to speak on the post-match show, and I remember asking a question similar of, was that the best brand of volleyball you've kind of seen? Because I know Monday, Tuesday, there were some close matches. You found a way to finish it off, but it just seemed like the girls, for whatever they did beforehand, Angie, they just felt like they were in the zone against Kindred on Wednesday night.
Yeah, I mean, the first 2 days we struggled a little bit on our side of the court, and Sargent County and Waimea Ridgewood played amazing, and they played amazing defense and made us earn it, which is which is what I want to see anyways when you're getting into the postseason. But yeah, the third game, we talked before the game just about, confidence. We need to have confidence. We've been here before. Yeah, we're going to be nervous. That's fine. But I think we just have to know that, this isn't our first time being in this championship game. We know that feeling when you win. And so we have to chase that feeling and just have to play the best that we can play.
And to have 3 players been nominated to an all-region team as a coach, what does that mean specifically with Hallie Crockett being a senior athlete, Josie Jensen and Noelle Erickson being part of that list? But what does that mean from a coach's perspective to see them also get recognized from fellow coaches across the region?
It's just a great accolade. I mean, across the board with our program too. They're nothing, like they say, they're nothing without their teammates and everything like that. So, obviously they've put in the hard hours and the work, and it's great for them to be recognized and at the end of the season and for their team too. It's great. We're a strong program, and that shows by, having the senior athlete. I think this is the 3rd year in a row we've had the senior athlete, and just it's an accolade to those to their team members too.
And for you, Angie, once as a coach, you get to this time of the season, how much film work do you have against teams that you haven't played before, out west? I mean, I know there's crossovers and there might be times where you get to play someone throughout a season, but, for example, like the Knights of our Redeemers, there'll be the first chance that you'll really get an opportunity to have your team and their team on opposite sides of the net. So how much work do you do prior to a Thursday quarterfinal? Or is it, we're just going to kind of worry about what we can control from a Northern Cass point of view here, Angie?
This year, I think I'm going to do a lot less video for the girls. I think the first 2 rounds of the region tournament, we hadn't seen Wyndmere, Lidgerwood, or Sargent County since the beginning of the season. So we did a lot of video. We took a lot of notes. And I think that, honestly, it made us more stressed because we had more things to think about. So I think for me, I'll probably watch video just to kind of pick out some things. But other than that, I think we're just going to get on the court and just play how we need to play and adjust as needed.
Is there an experience factor that you hope that you can take with you, knowing that this is the 3rd time, knowing that there's some players on the court, that this is their 2nd or 3rd opportunities playing at this type of environment at a state level a little bit here, Angie?
I think it makes a difference. I think no matter what, you're going to be nervous. It means you care. That's what I always tell them. But, there is a sort of comfortability once you get over those initial nerves that, like Hallie and Noelle and Josie and Ellie and all those girls that have been there, and Elise have been there last year and they were on the court. So obviously they're still probably going to be nervous. There's still going to be some jitters, but I think ultimately we'll be able to calm down, and hopefully that confidence and that experience will take us, where we need to be.
What's it been like playing with a target on your back? You've done it now for a couple seasons. You know that there's a lot of teams, whether it's the region or maybe you get to those 3 setters in a crossover tournament. Everyone sees Northern Cass come in with the gold and the black, and I'm sure they're like, that's the team that we want to pick off here if there's a win that we have this weekend. What's it been like playing with the target on your back? Or do you maybe not feel it as much as maybe some media cohorts like myself like to bring up talking with you?
We feel it for sure. The girls always reference it. At the beginning of the year and throughout the year, we've kind of said that we have to just expect that teams are going to come and they're going to put everything out on the court because they don't have anything to lose when they're against, a team that's ranked. So it's been a lot of mental shifting for us too, having to understand that just because we are ranked where we are doesn't mean that we step on the court and teams are just going to, give us the game and not make any, not do anything that's going to prevent us from winning. So we've had to kind of mentally shift this season into trying to handle those hard situations better. That's kind of our slogan, is handle hard better. We need to be able to step into those situations and make the best of it and earn our points versus waiting for the other team to make the mistake.
Northern Cass head volleyball coach Angie Johnson with us here. 1 or 2 more questions for Angie before we let her go. Ultimately, at the end of the day, Angie, what has been the one thing, and there's probably a lot of things, but what's been the one thing that has allowed this team to not just win, but flourish and feel like they're having fun? They're dancing up in between timeouts, and it seems like they're loose from a broadcaster's point of view. But what's been the one thing or trait about this team that has allowed you to get back to Bismarck here, Angie?
I think just the experience factor. I think that's huge when it comes in those tight games and those big games and in the postseason. And just the fact that anybody on our team can put the ball down. It doesn't put any more stress on any specific hitter. If that one hitter, say Josie or Hallie, aren't having a good game, then other people can step up and can put the ball down. So I think that makes a huge difference when you get into these big games too, because they're going to key in on two of our big hitters, and those other hitters have been able to step up and really take over a match and, fill those gaps where needed.
Final thing for you, I'd be reminisced because it is a state tournament, and I always like to bring up the seniors, and you could talk about an ample opportunity in all 6 of them, but what is, as a core, what is this group meant to this program here, not just this season, Angie, but for the last couple of years, where it was freshmen to C squad to JV to being varsity players right now in 2022 across the board?
This group, I say every year the senior group is special, but this group were freshmen when I first started, so they were my first freshman group, and they didn't know me, they've heard about me, they kind of just bought into everything that me and Beth, my assistant, we've been here all 4 years, that we've kind of been preaching, and we've changed some things up on them, and they've really just bought into whatever we've preached. And I think that, we have that amount of trust between all of them and us, and they're just such a special group. They'll do anything that we ask of them. They're not afraid to ask us questions and to challenge us to be better too. And I think that is important as well when you're trying to, be one of the best teams in the state. But just their ability to buy in and give 110% at every single practice, and then, to be those leaders for the underclassmen and just on and off the court. They're great students, they're great people, and they're great athletes too. So I couldn't ask for anything better.
Angie, thanks so much for your time, and best of luck here in the quarterfinals from the Bismarck Event Center.
Thank you.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsborough, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you thinking about upgrading your planter? This is Shane from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer in Hillsborough and Drayton. I ask you the question about upgrading your planter because this is the time for you to ask me to explain the Precision Plant Partner programs. Yes, you could get some of your planter equipment paid for. Contact RDK Enterprises 701-636-2119 at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com.
I'm Carrie Hepper. Rodeo takes confidence. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
As we continue here on our pregame show from the Bismarck Event Center, it is the state volleyball tournament between the Northern Cache Jaguars and the Minority Redeemers as they're getting ready to get things underway here in a moment with the starting lineups, and then we'll get to the opening serve here in this volleyball contest. I'm Chase Miller with you courtside here on the floor. A reminder, we will follow all the games here for Northern Cache, the matches today, tomorrow, and Saturday as well, regardless of their outcomes, what happens today and tomorrow. And also the Thompson Tommies, as Thompson is moving into the state semifinals tomorrow afternoon against Linton HMB. So we'll feature both Northern Cache and the Thompson Tommies here in this one, as this is the first meeting between these two clubs here on the season. Northern Cass 36-1 on the year for our Redeemers, 27-11-2. The little background here for the Knights' history: 0 state titles, a runner-up in 2004 to Thompson and a runner-up in 2016 to Lemoore. They made the state tournament appearance now 10 years here for our Redeemers. Their first coming in 2004. They missed in 2021 last season, but they made 8 of the last 9 here for the our Redeemers Knights. On the opposite side for Northern Cass, 1 state title. They would like to add on to that. They won their 3rd consecutive Region 1 title with a sweep over the Kindred Vikings last week in Enderlin on Wednesday. The Jags, this is their 5th state tournament appearance, 4th on the last 5 in 3 consecutive seasons here for Northern Cass. After this match concludes, it's Kenmare Bullbells, the Hawkers, the number 4 seed, going up against the number 5 seed of Dickinson Trinity. Whitney HMB and Thompson already punched their tickets to the state semis with a 3-1 win over New Rockford Cheyenne for Lytton HMB. While for the Thompson Tommies, a 3-0 win over the Garrison Troopers. And that'll be tomorrow at 1 o'clock right here on your live event as they're getting through the starting lineups here in this one, both for our Redeemers and Northern Cass. For our Redeemers, some of the particulars in this one: the libero and Olivia Ebel. She had 4 aces in their win over Rugby. 18 kills by Maya Vibeto here in their championship Region 6 win. Isabel Engelhardt, the junior defensive specialist. Also from there, you're going to have on the floor here in Leah Lindquist, the junior middle hitter at 5'11", with 19 kills to lead the floor for our Redeemers against Rugby. Also going to be in the starting lineup, Audrey Greedle, and then Kiera Bieberdorf here, for our Redeemers. So you're going to have Ebel, Vibeto, Engelhard. Going to see Lindquist out there, Greedle, and Kiera Bieberdorf here for our Redeemers for part of the starting rotation here for the Minot our Redeemers. From there for the Northern Cass Jaguars, again, head coach by Angie Johnson. Their starting rotation will look like this: at a Region 1 Senior Athlete of the Year in Hallie Crockett. Crockett, again, with over 1,000 career digs here for Crockett as the Region 1 Senior Athlete of the Year. Addison Russ will be a center with her, with Noelle Erickson, the tandem setter at the 6'2 location. From there as well, you're going to have Ellie Lucas, the junior opposite hitter at 6'1". You have Jocelyn Austin, the senior, at 5'9". Elise Sand, the senior, at 5'10" here for Northern Cass as well. And the libero and Cadence Evenson here for the Jaguars. Coming into this season already, Josie Jensen has the most blocks in a season at 109, surpassing Elise Sands of 108 last season here for Northern Cass. Sand with 94 blocks so far on the year for the Jaguars. Minded our Redeemers and for Northern Cass, both in trying to feel a little bit warmer in their Hawaiian themed colors here tonight for both Northern Cass and the Minded Our Redeemer student section, and for some of the fans in the stands as well. We'll take a quick break. We're back after this with the first serve from the Bismarck Event Center between Northern Cass and our Redeemers in the state quarterfinals here in the Bismarck Event Center on yourliveevent.com.
Growers, here at Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, we are your water management contractors. We can help you with tile drainage plans, surface drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad at 701-430-0182 to get your water problems solved. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. 701-430-0182, helping farmers grow.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency that provides protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. If you're looking to switch crop insurance companies, now is the time to learn more about Hunter Insurance Agency at hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen today in Hunter.
Northern Cass minded our Redeemers as we get ready for this volleyball match here today from the Bismarck Event Center between the #1 overall seed in Northern Cass and the minded our Redeemers Knights, part of the 3 teams in the random draw here in the state tournament. Noel Erickson ready to get this thing underway under Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Opening serve at 5 o'clock on this Thursday afternoon, and we're underway inside the Bismarck Event Center. That is the exhibit hall. Boru gets it over on the third. Middle quick hit for Jensen, in for a kill here for Northern Cass, and on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, opening point goes to Northern Cass here with Josie Jensen for the opening kill here for the Jags. Service on the way with Erickson will continue. This one is going to be an ace here for Northern Cass. Erickson with the first ace of the day here for the Jags on the season for Erickson. Make it now 41 aces here for Northern Cass. Service will continue by the Jaguars here, as this one will be in the back left corner. Our Redeemers will set it up here with Francis into the middle with Lindquist as she gets it over on the third. Outside here is Lucas down the line. Kept going here by our Redeemers, and Ebel at the 10-foot line. This one blocked at the net here by Josie Jensen. As this one will be with Jensen so far with a block and a kill. That's resulted in a point. Northern Cass up to an early 3-0 lead. This one in the back left corner, tied at the net. Jensen unable to get that one on the block as it's tipped over by Francis on the second. Now back on the our Redeemer side. Francis outside here to Vitabo, and that's going to be blocked at the net but out of play, and our Redeemers gets on the board. Vitabo with the opening point of the day here for minded our Redeemers. Service will continue here by the Knights. This one in the back, Austin with the dig, set up middle, Jensen back left corner for the kill. Give Erickson the assist, and Jensen with the kill here for Northern Cass. 4-1 Jags, and early on showing you why they're the #1 overall seed, especially with that 6'3" Josie Jensen at the service line. Into the back there is Ebel with the dig. Backs on the way here for the Knights. Push down the line. Austin keeps it in the quarter play for a moment, but a really good push here by our Redeemers. This will be pushed on the outside. Bieberdorf there will earn the point, and our Redeemers will go to the service line, as this will be with Vitabo. Vitabo will come on here into the middle. Jensen with the dig, tied at the net, and it's finished off by our Redeemers. This one with Lindquist to finish it off here for Leah, and our Redeemers now, after a 4-1 edge here for Northern Cass, it's our Redeemers that has found a way to have a chance to tie here in this opening set. This one in the back, kept going here, and then there's just miscommunication after the hit on the way there by Northern Cass. Makes it 5-3 after the swing there by Crockett. Service upcoming here for Ellie Lucas for the Jags, and coached by Angie Johnson. Coach of the year went to Coach Tanner Carlson from Weimar Lidgewood in Region 1. Senior Athlete of the Year to Hallie Crockett in Region 1. In Region 6 right now, it's minded our Redeemers, the champs. Playing awfully scrappy early on, but this one hit out of play after the back heel there by Allison Francis, and point will be awarded here to Northern Cass. Class A earlier today, Bismarck Century with a 3-set sweep over Fargo North. They will play the winner of West Fargo and Legacy. That one currently tied at 11 apiece in the 5th set. This one will be an ace on the way here for Northern Cass. This will be with Lucas, and the second ace already here for the Jags. Makes it 7-3 for the team clad in gold and black today in Northern Cass. The Jags with Jaguars across the back with numbers outlined in white in the front. For minded our Redeemers out in their all black uniforms with white numerals and lettering with Knights across the front outlined in blue. For minded our Redeemers, they're able to get it over with Lindquist. This one outside on the hit by Crockett. Dug on the back, but right to the side of Elise Sand, who finishes it off at the net. Makes it 8-3 and an early timeout on the court here by minded our Redeemers. Timeout brought to you in part by our friends at Bank North. We'll take a break here in the opening set. It's the Jags controlling it early in set number 1.
Take a good look at Hillsboro. It's conveniently located between Fargo and Grand Forks. Hillsboro is a growing community with solid local schools with high graduation rates. There's an industrial park ready to host a new business. And there's Woodland Park with activities all year round. The Hillsboro Economic Development Corporation asks you to take a good look at Hillsboro when you're thinking about a place to put down roots and grow. For more information, contact the Hillsboro Economic Development Corporation at growhillsboroND.com.
Timeout brought to you in part by Bank North. They offer the traditional and advanced products and services that keep you grounded and ahead of today's curve in the fast-paced world. For more information, visit ibanknorth.com. That's ibanknorth.com, providing our timeouts here throughout the state tournament run. Northern Cass 8-3 here over Minot Ari Demers, and the Jags will head him back to the service line here with Ellie Lucas. As Lucas will be coming on here for Northern Cass, as we'll get this one ready to go here again in set number one. Service on the way here for Lucas, as this one will come back on the way Lindquist, and she will earn the kill here for Ari Demers. And a final out in Class A, 3-2 Bismarck Legacy over West Fargo. So far it's been the West over the East at the State A volleyball tournament, where Legacy will play Century tomorrow in the semis. Here in Class B, it's been as seeded so far with the 2 and the 3 of Linton HMB and Thompson. Block at the net here by Jocelyn Austin, and point awarded here to Northern Cass. And the Jags would like to see that continue on the opposite side for Ari Demers, looking to spring the upset. Winner of this contest plays the winner of the next game here at the Bismarck Event Center. The 4 seed in Kenmare Bowbells, the Honkers, going up against the 5 seed of the Dickinson Trinity Titans. Service upcoming here will be with Addison Rust. Addie, the setter, with 388 assists entering this contest here this season. Set up middle here for Ari Demers off the block after the hit there by Greedle for the kill. As Riedel, the 6'2" senior middle hitter, gives Ari Demers the point right back. On our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard here, Minot Ari Demers will go to the service line with Borrud, the senior at 5'1". This one being the back to Evenson, and then this one will have to get volleyed over on the third, as it is with Crockett. Coming up here for the Knights, the outside over the double block. That'll be out of play, no touch after the hit there by Bieberdorf, and it makes it now a point, but they'll say there was a touch from the headlines table here, and that'll be a point on the way for Ari Demers, now at 9-6 for Northern Cass. Service one continued by Maya Borrud here, the 5'1" senior defensive specialist. That'll be out of play. First service there here for either team, and it goes against Ari Demers. Crockett to the service line now for the Jags. Crockett, this one to Borrud, and that might be another ace for Northern Cass, and it is. That is their third so far here on the afternoon at 11-6 for Northern Cass. Service by Crockett will continue here. So far, you got one with Crockett, one by Erickson, and one by Ellie Lucas, and they'll make it 2 with Crockett. 4 of the 12 points have all come via aces here for Northern Cass. Crockett will continue to come to the service line. Northern Cass, they've done awfully well in recent memory when you take a look at some of the numbers, all-time numbers here for Class B records. And Northern Cass with Abby Rasmussen in 2020 has 99 digs at a state tournament as an example, and they got some more of that as well. Looking to make some more records here with a tip kill by Josie Jensen in the middle to make it 13-7. So far wire to wire here for Northern Cass, as they'll continue to be at the service line with Cadence Evenson, as Evenson will come on now and serve. This one in the middle, Borrud with the dig. Knights, where will they go? They go outside off the double block there. That's Vitabo for the point. Vibeto, with the point, now makes it 13-8. Vibeto now with 2 kills in this contest. Service on the way for Olivia Ebel. Northern Cass back set. Hayden Crockett off the double block. This one will come at the 10-foot line. Outside for Ari Demers. Blocked at the net. They try to keep it alive on the bump. They do. as this one be hit over by Ebel on the second, but then Jensen with a monster hit, and then a better dig by Bieberdorf in the back. Ari Demers middle on the way. Lindquist earns the point, and Ari Demers with one of the more impressive points we've seen this season against Northern Cass. A couple of really good plays in the back row by Bieberdorf was one of them. Service on the way by Ebel. Jags middle, Jensen for the kill. Jensen went to left-hand side, now makes it 14-9. Service upcoming for the Jags the other way. Coming back on the floor is Noel Erickson now for Northern Cass. Austin in the back at the front. You have Lucas, Sand, and Jensen so far for Northern Cass now on this rotation. Ari Demers, they'll set it up here with Francis. Back set, Lindquist off the block. Kept alive there by Sand and pushed over on the way by Crockett. Francis outside here. This one tipped over on the third by Vibeto. And then it's going to be a chance here for Sand. She returns the favor with another tip. Ari Demers 10-foot line with Francis. Gets it over then on the third. Jocelyn Austin to the back row for Crockett. Back right corner out of play. And Ari Demers is awarded the point. Service on the way for Monet Ari Demers, as this would be Allison Francis, the 5'4" junior center. As Francis will come on here, the knuckler goes in the back to Austin. To the outside here is Sand for the tip. Covered here by Ari Demers, but unable to get out of the way, and Sand will earn the point here for Northern Cass. Elise Sand with her second kill so far for the Jags as they lead it by 5 on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Sharing their heritage, sharing their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota at dhbanknd.com. Service on the way here for Northern Cass. This one will be off the ribbon. Backs on the way, quickly tipped over then on the third by Vibeto for the kill. That's her third, and now it's 15-11. Vibeto on to serve. Will continue here into the back left corner. This one, Erickson pushed outside, and Crockett delivers the goods. Make it 16-11. Hallie Crockett with a monster swing for her second kill. Quick pass, quick offense there by Northern Cass as Lucas will come on and serve now for the Jags. As this will go the other side here for Northern Cass. Into the back right corner, Ari Demers here. Into the outside over the double block. After the hit there by Bieberdorf for the kill. Kiara Bieberdorf with her third kill here, and Ari Demers back to the service line. So it early started 8-3 for Northern Cass, but since then Ari Demers has found their footing in this first set. Lindquist on to serve. Northern Cass will get it over on the second by Austin, but blocked at the net. Now a chance for Crockett with the power tip here for the Jags. 17-12, Northern Cass with the serve as they will come on here, getting later and later in set number one with Rust and Crockett returning. That's Hayden. And in the back here is Josie Jensen, and also with her Cadence Evenson. In the back for Northern Cass, service will be with Rust as it is into the middle. Francis gets it to the outside here. This one will be off the pole, out of play after the hit by Bieberdorf. And Northern Cass will be awarded the point now at 18-12. Set number one here, rally scoring. Win by 2, sets 1 through 5. We get to a fifth set up to 15 then instead of 25 as it's done throughout the season. Middle on the way. This one tipped and killed here for Ori Demers. Aubrey Riedel, the senior at 6'2". Aubrey with her second kill here, and it's been a balanced attack on the opposite side so far here for Ori Demers. 4 different players now with 2 or more kills, led by Vibeto so far here with 3. Service will continue now for Borrud and the Knights. Backs on the way. Crockett into the back, kept alive and up on the way by Ebel. Back right corners as this one is pushed over. This one middle, Austin, and that's going to be a kill. Jocelyn Austin now the Fort Jaguar with a kill here in this first set. 19-13 Jags. Service here by Crockett, as this one will be from left to right here across your screen. Ari Demers into the back, trying to volley this one over on the third. They do with Vibeto. Northern Cass middle on the way. Jensen with another kill. Jensen now with 5 to lead the floor, make it 20-13 Jags. Service here by Crockett with Northern Cass 5 points away here in this opening set. Crockett, this one off the ribbon for the ace. That's Crockett's third. That's the team's fifth. And a timeout on the floor on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's Northern Cass up by 11 on yourliveevent.com.
At the Thompson Public School, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit the website tps-k12.org for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and information on the construction project and new addition at the Thompson Public School. Follow them on social media and find Tommy Pride with student updates and events with the Thompson Public Schools. Stay in touch with your children's education or find out why the Thompson Public Schools is right for you. tps-k12.org.
Coming up in between sets, we'll get to our set recap brought to you in part by Hunter Insurance Agency. But right now, Northern Cass with the lead at 21-13 over our Redeemers. The Knights, since it was 8-3 when they took their first time out, got it down to 13-9, 14-10, 15-11, but they haven't been any closer since then here against the number 1 overall seed in Northern Cass. Service here will be on the way for Crockett as she will come to the service line after the media timeout on the floor, up by 8 again for the Jakes. Crockett to serve. This one into the back dugout there by Ebel. Coming up middle, here is Greedle off the block of Jensen. Northern Cass backs it on the way down the line after they hit by Austin. A dump kill opportunity here for our Redeemers. Middle, Jensen. This one in the back and kept moving there by Vitabo. And then they'll have to get this one over on the bump on the third. Northern Cass, they'll go outside here to Austin into the middle. There is Ebel, the libero for the Knights. And Greedle off the block will use it. And now this will go back on our Redeemers side as this one off the double block and a sprawn attempt by Russ to keep it alive. Crockett with a big push to the back left corner here at the 10-foot line pushed, and that'll be out of play, and point is awarded to Northern Cass. Jakes had to earn that one. Here's their 3 away in the opening set. Crockett will continue to serve now for Northern Cass. As she does, this one is going to float out of the air for the ace. Now 23-13, that's 6 aces so far for the Jags, and Crockett has 4 of them. Service on the way here for Crockett. This one at the over the ribbon here, and we'll have a lift by Evenson after it was tight there, and Borwood was able to get it over. Our Redeemers will be at the service line here, trailing it by 9. Service on the way here for the Knights, as this will be with Bieberdorf. Evenson with a good pass here to Russ. Backs at Austin. Blocked at the net as Greedo gets it back over on Northern Cass's side. Jensen then quickly the other way, and will have a net violation here on our Redeemers. So set point here for Northern Cass at 24-14 now for the Jags in this opening set. Evenson will come on to serve here for the Jags. As she does, this will be over the net, covered nicely by Evenson. Now it's Crockett, 10-foot line, back right corner. Our Redeemers, where do they go? They go outside here off the block. Was there a tip? There is no deflection, and the point is awarded here for Northern Cass. On our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, set number 1 goes to the Jags, 25-14. Our set recap is next here on yourliveevent.com.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsboro, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
The Northern Cass School District believes that every learner can change the world. That's why they provide a world-class education. Northern Cass will commit to purposely build trust, develop authentic relationships, and engage in innovative practices which will empower learners to be choice-ready. Northern Cass is dedicated and passionate about relationships, teaching and learning, self-reflection, acknowledging greatness, and support of the community. For more information, go online to northerncasschool.org. That's northerncasschool.org. Let's get to our set recap, brought to you in part by Hunter Insurance Agency. Hunter Insurance Agency, dedicated to providing you the best support for your insurance requests from crop, hail, farm, commercial, and home. For more info, go online at hunterinsuranceagency.com. Northern Cass led by the 5 kills of Josie Jensen. Then the 6 aces compared to 1 service error. For RA Deemers, there are 0 aces and 1 service error. RA Deemers led by Vitabo, as Maya had 3 kills, then Leah Lindquist had 2 here for the Minot RE Deemers. That again is our Hunter Insurance Agency set recap here on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller with you from the Bismarck Event Center after Northern Cass grabs set number 1, 25-14. The winner plays tomorrow at 3 o'clock in the state semifinals, while the loser plays at 7 o'clock tomorrow in the Constellation semifinals. The Consolation Championship is at 10, third place at 2, and the title is at 6 o'clock on Saturday. We will follow both Thompson and Northern Cass throughout the state tournament run here on YourLiveEvent.com. Make sure you stay tuned to our post-game show, brought to you in part by also Telephone Company. We'll get to our post conversations with both the players and alongside with the winning head coach. That'll come up again on our post-game conversation. Service on the way here for our Redeemers as we get this one going with Allison Francis, as she will go to the service line here for the Knights. Francis will come on here, and Francis will start the second set with an opening ace. Not going to take long to start the second here for our Redeemers to play with a lead as Francis continues, and Francis might have another one, and she does. Service now for the Knights here as they get up early in this second set. As this one will come to the service line, into the net, and point is awarded here. The Jags now at 2-1. So service there, so you get a couple of good serves, and you put one into the net. Second service there here for our Redeemers as Erickson will come to the service line. Erickson, this one will be into the middle, and that one will come over, and Jensen with a chance to finish another one here at the net for the kill in the middle. Make it a 2-2 contest now, our first tie of this volleyball match as Northern Cass led wire to wire in set number 1. Erickson to the service line as she'll handle this one into the back, and that'll be an ace on the way here for Noel. Erickson, that's going to be her second, and so far for the Jags, that's their 7th in this contest. Service here by Erickson. This one will be down the line. Good dig here by Minot Redeemers. Francis middle. Lindquist off the top of the net. Northern Cass quickly uses it outside with Lucas. Opposite side now for our Redeemers, as this will be near side on the line. Rip shot here for the Knights. Beto here will earn the kill, and it's now a 3-3 contest. Service on the way here for Minot Redeemers. Beto will come on here for the Knights. As she does, Austin with the dig. Erickson set up. This will be tipped on the way by Jensen. Blocked at the net, but back on the our Redeemers side quickly. Vibeto is going to be blocked, and that's a solid block by Jensen to finish off that point. Make it 4-3 Jags. service upcoming here for Jensen, as this one will be into the back. Jensen, this one will be out of play, just missing the back line, and Henry Demers better start to the second set than the first, where it was Northern Cass up 4-1, 8-3, then eventually got up as much to 14-9 early. Service here by our Redeemers. Austin with the dig. Erickson back bump on the way. Lucas into the middle. Now for the Knights, they'll handle it here and push it over on the third with Vibeto, and that's the back right corner. Northern Cass thought it was going on the play, but it dropped for the point here for our Redeemers. Maya now with 5 kills to lead the floor for the Knights. A 4-set win for Lytton HMB, a 3-set sweep for Thompson, and what do we have here in our third of 4 volleyball matches from the Class B state quarterfinals? From Bismarck, Lucas able to get that one over down the line and covered nicely by Lindquist, then backs it over here by our Redeemers. Middle the other way, Elise Sandus blocked at the net by Greedle. Aubrey will earn her first, and our Redeemers now lead at 6-4. Against the state tournament field this season, our Redeemers 2-4. While Northern Cass is 1-1 against the state tournament field. This is a push that'll be in there for the point for Holly Crockett. Crockett does a really nice job on the outside at particular times, earning the points here. And more importantly for Northern Cass, utilizing that tip opportunity to throw out a little speed of pace action here for Northern Cass. This will be a cross, and that'll be an ace on the way for Lucas. Allie Lucas earns the ace. It'll be the 8th as a team so far for the Jays. It's now a 6-6 contest as Lucas will continue to come to the service line. As this one will be over right at the net here for Crockett, and another dig in the back by Ebel. Outside on the way, that's a little change of pace hit by Bieberdorf, covered here by Northern Cass. Oslin is able to get that one. Jocelyn over on the third, and now it's the back left corner. Jensen, Erickson outside here to Crockett. Kept going here by Ebel, now for all Redeemers. To the outside, up and over by Biebendorf, and the kill. So Kiara earns her 4th kill here for our Redeemers, and it's the Knights leading it by 1. In this second set, set number 1, 25-14 at Northern Cass. Our Redeemers with Borrud here, Maya on to serve. As Borrud here will come to the service line. Jensen with the dig. This one backs at Elise Sand, hits it into the net. And our Redeemers now leads it 8-6. Our Redeemers playing awfully scrappy here in this second set. In the first, Northern Cass just got enough breathing room and then put them away late. When it was 15-11, they would score a 10-3 run to finish off the first set for Northern Cass. Outside here for Crockett with a monster hit. Kept up here, and can our Redeemers get it over on the third? They just can't after the hustle there by Bieberdorf, but the back row here of Ebel and also by Beto on that rotation have just kept a lot of kills or spikes up and not ending in a kill for Northern Cass, as the Jags would go to the service line here with Addison Rust. Rust here, the junior setter at 5'6", the service line with a running little jump serve here. Our Redeemers here will push this one over on the third with Bieberdorf. This one will come to the 10-foot line on the opposite side for Crockett. That'll be out of play. Point here to our Redeemers now at 9-7. Northern Cass, this season they've been awfully good. Winners of 93 of 103 sets. They've only dropped 10 so far on the year, and our Redeemers is trying to make that up to 11. Off the block, Crockett will use it for the kill. She's got 5. Jensen has 6 to lead the floor here for the Jags, and the aforementioned Crockett will come on to the service line. Allie will come on here into the back, and that'll be another ace. It's a 9-9 contest on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Most aces in a tournament in Stanley was Jaya Papa with 26. In a single match is 11. And service on the way here will be Crockett with another ace, as that has really been the difference maker so far. And then we'll have a service error here by Crockett. So far, that has been a difference maker here for Northern Cass. Just 2 service errors compared to 10 aces here, but it's our Redeemers 10-10 with the serve with Olivia Ebel. Goes to the opposite libero and Evenson. Middle, Jensen uses the block for the kill off of Lindquist. And Jensen back up front again. 7 kills now for Northern Cass and Josie Jensen. Serve on the way with Evenson here for the Jags. As Cadence will hit one into the middle. This one gets over then on the second, but back on the Knights side, and this one is going to get tipped over on the third here by Vibeto, and we'll have a net violation here on Northern Cass, and our Redeemers will be awarded the point. Coming up here later in the Class A portion of the bracket, you'll have West Fargo, Cheyenne, and Bismarck, St. Mary's. Then Jamestown goes up against Fargo South in the nightcap. So far, it's been a clean sweep from the West. Entry and Legacy with wins over North and West Fargo earlier today. Jags set up outside. Lucas with her left hand with the tip and kill. Lucas for Northern Cass gets the Jags nearly halfway home here in the second set. Which team is going to go on a 4-5 point run here and pull away here in the second? Find out. Service here by Erickson. This will be down the line. Set up Francis. Lindquist over the double block. Give Francis the assist and give Lindquist the kill. That'll be her third here in our Redeemers. Makes it a 12-12 contest here in the second. Serve will continue. As this one will be into the back to Jensen. Backs on the way to the aforementioned Jensen for the kill. Here for Northern Cass as they now lead at 13-12. Some other individual records in a state tournament in assists. Brianna Olson with 133 in the Jags State Tournament Championship win in 2013. Service error on the way for Northern Cass. That's their second. As we mentioned, Northern Cass has an opportunity here with some of the aces that we've seen in a particular match to maybe break a record here, but more importantly for Coach Johnson, wanting to get back to the state semifinals where they were a state runner-up a year ago. And this one will be quickly passed on the way for Erickson, and Lee Sand in the middle with the kill, and makes it now 14-13. On the opposite side for our Redeemers, this is a club that's been here 8 of the last 9 seasons here for our Redeemers, so they understand this pressure. They understand the situation and the stage that this one is in. 14-13 service here for the Jags. Back set the other way for our Redeemers, going down to Aeneas Erickson on the Jags side and pushed over them by Austin on the third. Francis middle as Greedle has to push it over back right corner, covered by Lucas, but running out of real estate there is Sand, and the point will be awarded to our Redeemers. Tied at 14 apiece, so recently tied at 10, 11, 12, and 14 here for our Redeemers, and a chance to take a lead with Borrud at the service line. As this will be in the back to Jensen, 10-foot line, Erickson outside, Crockett blocked at the net. Northern Cass with the pushover then by Erickson on the second. Here's Greedle off the block for the kill. Aubrey now makes it a 15-14 lead here for our Redeemers, and we'll have a media timeout on the floor. On our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard is all Redeemers up by 1 in the second set of the state quarterfinals on yourliveevent.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Timeout on the floor brought to you in part by Bank North. Visit ibanknorth.com or stop by one of their locations today, including their branch in Hunter. You'll always be headed in the right direction with Bank North. It's Northern Cass trailing by a point here in this second set. Our Redeemers 15, Northern Cass 14, as coming on to serve here for our Redeemers will be Borrud. Maya here will come onto the service line now for the Knights. And she will come on here. This one will be into the back for the Jags. They will handle it to the middle with Austin on the tip. Now it goes the opposite side here off the block. That'll be off the hit of Bieberdorf. And battle of the net here for Ari Demers is won. As Green will earn her 5th kill here, and Ari Demers with a 2-point edge after the media timeout as Borwood will continue at the service line. Northern Cass will come out to the outside here. Crockett with a monster kill, and they actually have a net violation here on Ari Demers. Regardless, it still would have been a point here for Northern Cass. Final couple of days of the fall sports season here in North Dakota. State wrestling in North Dakota already underway this weekend. And also before Thanksgiving, we'll have a wrestling triangular coming up with Kindred, Grafton, and Lisbon. Service error on the way by Northern Cass at 17-15. That's their 3rd service error here in the set. We'll have state wrestling coverage as we did last season, audio only with some of that throughout the year with our wrestling coverage again, that is on yourliveevent.com. Austin comes the other way after the setup here with the kill. Jocelyn makes it a 1-point deficit. And we get to basketball, hockey, the whole 9 yards in the coming weeks here, but find out who first is going to win the Class A and Class B state championships in Bismarck for state volleyball. Ari Demers here. This one will come and a monster hit. That'll be in there for a kill by Ari Demers. By Beto. That was probably her best hit of the late afternoon, early evening. Makes it 18-16. Like a baseball or softball coming off the bat that just has a good sound. By Beto right there was able to do the same at the net. Northern Cass middle, Jensen the other way. Ari Demers now will come up middle here, and that'll be a kill with Lindquist. Leah Lindquist here will have her 4th kill, and Angie Johnson needs a timeout. Ari Demers leads it by 3. Timeout on the floor, brought to you in part by Bank North. It's the state volleyball quarterfinals on yourliveevent.com.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nb.gov/confident.
I'm Trace Tisberg. I'm confident on the stage, and when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
As we return to the floor again, timeout brought to you in part by Bank North as the Ari Demers fans making some noise in the back, getting awfully loud here inside the Bismarck Event Center, and rightfully to do so. As the serve will come on here. Last 4-setter for Northern Cass was against Langdon. Second to last match of the season, but a lot of sweeps here for the Jags here this season. Service after the media timeout upcoming here for Ari Demers and Olivia Ebel. Serve will be into the net, and Northern Cass will be awarded the point. 3rd service error here of this contest for Ari Demers, and now it's Northern Cass trailing it by 2 with Evenson at the service line trying to mount a comeback in the 2nd set as Evenson does into the backboard with the dig. Back set coming around on the slide was Lindquist, but she ran into her teammate there in Francis, and Northern Cass will be awarded the point. Service here by Evenson. This cadence will come on here, back right corner. Francis with the bump. This one can be tied at the net, unable to get over. So after the timeout here by Northern Cass, 3 consecutive points. And now on the opposite side, Ari Demers wants a timeout on the other end. It's 19-19. Just about to get underway at the Bismarck Event Center on the main hall. West Fargo, Cheyenne, and Bismarck St. Mary's in Class A. Earlier today here in Class B, Lytton HMB 3-1 over New Rockford, Cheyenne. Gracie Schumacher with 46 assists in the win for Lytton HMB. Shiley Bosch with 19 kills. Kenzie Belquist with 16 kills, 17 digs in the loss for New Rockford, Cheyenne. Thompson, Summer Haig, one of 3 Tommies that finished in double digits with kills. Haig had 17 of them as Thompson won 3 sets to none over Garrison. Carly Klein with 8 kills and 10 digs for the Garrison Troopers in the loss. After the conclusion of this match, it'll be Kenmare Bullbells, the Honkers, the number 4 seed against number 5 seeded Dickinson Trinity, a battle of the West. later on with Region 8 and Region 7. Northern Cass slated to serve here with Evenson all tied up at 19 apiece on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Go to dhbanknd.com for more information. Evenson on the serve as she does into the middle. For Ari Demers here, they'll go to the outside off the block for the kill. Maya Vibeto, that's going to be her 4th kill of the set, her 7th of the match, and Ari Demers after the timeout takes the lead at 20-19. Service here for Ari Demers as they'll come on here into the middle. Crockett is there. This one, Russ backs at Jensen with the kill. Jensen now one away from reaching double digits here as the Jags get back to the service line tied at 20 apiece. Erickson will come back on, and Elise Sand here for Northern Cass. The Jags finished 4th place 2 years ago. State runner-up last season, losing to Linton HMB. The Lions still in search of 3 consecutive titles, but they got to get by Thompson first tomorrow. Austin with the ace here for Northern Cass. Excuse me, that'll be Erickson here. Her 3rd for the Jags. 6 by Crockett, 3 by Erickson, 2 by Ellie Lucas. Serve continues here. This will be by Ebel. Francis set up middle. Lindquist blocked at the net. And that block party of Sand and Josie Jensen. We'll give that one to Elise Sand. And now it's a little 2-point run here for Northern Cass. Make it a 3-0 run by the Jags. Erickson to serve. Ebel in the back. Francis backs it on the way. This one pushed back right corner. Austin there on the cover. Back set here to Sangos cross court. Covered nicely here by Francis and Ari Demers. And Francis gets this one over on the 3rd out of play. And Northern Cass now is 2 points away. Time on the floor here by Ari Demers will break as well. It's a 4-0 run by the Jags here in the 2nd set. Time on the floor brought to you in part by Bank North on your liveevent.com.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source from sunup to sundown. They're turning quarters into the dollars that drive our rural economy. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance. Protecting those that protect America's food source.
Contact Ryan Opdahl, Farmers Union Insurance, Hillsboro.
As we come back here, timeout again brought to you in part by Bank North. A 2-point edge here for Northern Cass, making a 3-point edge for Northern Cass. That's 2 points away after the final timeout by Ari Demers. Nunziato Cara, the head coach. It's Cara has done a tremendous job here for Ari Demers. 27-11-2 on the year here for the Knights. After the timeout, service upcoming here by Erickson, and she will come to the service line. This one able to get over for Ari Demers. Where they go middle. Lindquist is blocked at the net, and that is by Jensen and Sand. Give each other a big hug on that one, but it's Jensen with the block, and Northern Cass now has a set point here in this 2nd set. As Erickson will come on to serve for Noel and the Jags. This one will be in the back right corner. Middle, Lindquist here has to try to push it over, and we're going to have it finished after a lift here on Ari Demers. So Northern Cass finishes the 2nd set on a 6-0 run and leads it 2-0 here on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Our set recap is coming up next on yourliveevent.com.
We've been around long enough to know that research in the lab reaps rewards in the field. At the Cess van der Haaf Innovation Center, we're working to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature. We're dedicated to improving what we produce, so you can be too. Contact your local Cess van der Haaf dealer to learn about our varieties suited for your soils. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Cess van der Haaf, a passion that grows.
At the Thompson Public School, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit the website tps-k12.org for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and information on the construction project and new addition at the Thompson Public School. Follow them on social media and find Tommy Pride with student updates and events with the Thompson Public Schools. Stay in touch with your children's education or find out why the Thompson Public Schools is right for you. tps-k12.org.
My roots run deep. I dream of a world where planting a seed can bring forth the food and knowledge our world needs right now. The field is my classroom, and I have the power to make a difference. I am going to feed the world someday.
Set recap here brought to you in part by Hunter Insurance Agency. Hunter Insurance Agency dedicated to providing you the best support for your insurance from crop, hail, farm, commercial, and home. For more info, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com and call Johnny Jorgensen today. Northern Cass with a 9-1 run to close out the second set, but a 6-0 run when it was tied at 19 apiece. 4 service errors by Northern Cass, 3 by Ari Deemer so far. Aces, well, you got to count them up, 6, 9, 11 here for the Jags, 2 for the Knights. The Knights led by Maya Vibeto so far with 7 kills and Aubrey Greedle with 5. Northern Cass led by the 9 of Josie Jensen. Hallie Crockett has 6, make that 5 kills, but 6 aces so far here for Northern Cass. And that is our Hunter Insurance set recap here in Bismarck. Early on in the first set in Class A, West Fargo Cheyenne leads Bismarck St. Mary's 9-7. If the Saints can upend the Mustangs, that'll be Cheyenne's 3rd loss of the year, but it'll be the West leading it. Then for a chance to sweep later as Fargo South will square off with Jamestown in the nightcap in Class A. But right now here on the Class B side, it's gone as scripted. The number 2 seed Linton HMB, the number 3 seed Thompson, and so far the number 1 seed Northern Cass is 1 set away from joining their counterparts to have all these seeds advance to the semifinals tomorrow. There will just be 1 seed that wouldn't. The 4-5 matchup with Kenmare Bowbells and Dickinson Trinity coming up at 7 o'clock tonight here from the Bismarck Event Center. Make sure you stay into our post-game show where we'll bring you our Enbridge Energy Player of the Match, our RDK Enterprises feature Play of the Match, and also we'll hear from some of the particulars in this one with our post-game show conversation. That's all still to come here on yourliveevent.com, so make sure you stick around for that as well as we get ready with Erickson to serve on this 3rd set. Blocked at the net by Jensen in after the hit. Point awarded here to Northern Cass. Jensen with 4 blocks that has resulted so far here in a point for head coach Angie Johnson in her 4th season at the helm for the Jags. 118 wins, 15 losses, and 1 tie in her career. This one tipped by Lindquist to the other number 10 and Ellie Lucas. Middle on the way, Jensen asking for a touch. Nothing is granted. Ari Deemers now a 1-1 contest. Northern Cass gets up early. Ari Deemers comes right back for a point the other way. Coach Lisa Strand in her 34th season for Thompson picked up her 1,020th win here in her career. And 25 years ago, Thompson Tommies won a state title, and she gets to be honored in that as well. This one is tipped on the way, and Jensen with the tip kill here for Northern Cass to give the serve to Jensen. The opposite side here for Kiara for Minot Ari Deemers in her 10th season with the program, 3 years as an assistant. Reaching closer and closer to 400 career wins on the Ari Deemers side. Crockett with the monster hit. Dug out in the back by Ari Deemers, but into the net by Bieberdorf. And Northern Cass earns the kill here. Allie has her 6. It's 3-1 edge now for Northern Cass. Service on the way with Josie Jensen into the middle. Ari Deemers here will back set this one. Tipped over, kept alive by Sand. Right back on the Ari Deemers side and pushed across. Northern Cass bumped to the outside here as Crockett off the block for the kill. 4-1 now for Northern Cass as they take the advantage here in Bismarck. as Jensen will come on to serve here for the Jags. As Jensen does, back left corner. Knights will handle it here. Backs it on the way. This one over the double block. That'll be out of play, and a point awarded here to Northern Cass. So Northern Cass starting the third set here off. Already 20% of the way home, up 5-1 as Jensen with the knuckler across the way. Ebel will handle it into the back as they got to push this one over as they do with Bieberdorf. Northern Cass middle, this one set up, and then we have a net violation. This will be on sand. Point here to our Redeemers. But Coach Angie Johnson likes the good offense that they saw there so far to start this third set of play for the Jags, looking for another sweep here on this season. And winners of 10 straight again for Northern Cass. Back set, this is Lucas. Ebel is there. This will be the kill on the way for Northern Cass with Ellie Lucas. And Northern Cass now will take the serve right back. Our coverage tomorrow for the Thompsons Tommies gets underway at 1 o'clock for the opening serve against Linton HMB. And if Northern Cass can finish this contest off, we will follow with the Jags. That first serve approximately at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Hit into the net by Bieberdorf on the outside. Point here to Northern Cass. That's coming up tomorrow again if Northern Cass can finish it off here against our Redeemers. Otherwise, the game would be at 7 o'clock tomorrow in the consolation semifinals if our Redeemers come out to comeback. But the Jags been playing awfully well throughout this season and doing so here in the third set as well. The Jags middle set up sand off the double block, kept alive here by the Knights. Francis pushes it outside. Bieberdorf off the hand of Austin. Back to Northern Kansas side. Erickson outside Crockett, and that'll be in for the kill. Crockett with her third kill here of this set. Now it's 8-2, and for our Redeemers, they're asking if it might have hit the post, and it did not, saying that it hit the top of the net. And we will get a timeout here regardless on the floor. On our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, Northern Cass playing really well here in the third, up by 6 on yourliveevent.com.
Are you thinking about upgrading your planter? This is Shane from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer in Hillsborough and Drayton. I ask you the question about upgrading your planter because this is the time for you to ask me to explain the Precision Plant Partner programs. Yes, you could get some of your planter equipment paid for. Contact RDK Enterprises 701-636-2119 at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com.
Timeout on the floor. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here. Some of those including Mike Crockett at MedPlus Physical Therapy, also Northern Cass School District, RDK Enterprises, University of Minnesota Crookston, and more. Thank you very much for sponsoring with us to be here in Bismarck to cover the state volleyball tournament, both of Northern Cass and Thompson. 6 matches, maybe 5 if they play against each other upcoming here on Saturday in a place match, which we're one step closer from that potentially happening. Service after the timeout here by Bank North by Lucas. This one will come to the outside off the block, and that'll be a point awarded here to our Redeemers in Bieberdorf. That's her 5th kill, and our Redeemers gets the side out here now at 8-3. Serve to come on the way here by Leah Lindquist. As Lindquist will come on here. This one floats into the back. Jensen is there for the dig. Now the 10-foot line. Jocelyn Austin able to bump this one over on the third, and a miss hit by Lindquist on the opposite side. And Northern Cass will be awarded the point. The Jags so far with 10 kills of Jensen, 9 by Crockett. And you got 6 aces as well by Hallie. Our Redeemers led by the 7 by Beto, and then you have 3 other players with 4 or more kills here for our Redeemers. Service on the way by Russ. This one just comes across. Kept alive by our Redeemers. They bump it to the outside by Bieberdorf, who plays it off the block. Here's Russ for the bump outside by Crockett, and Crockett keeps it going here for the Jags, and we're going to have a violation here coming underneath the net is the aforementioned Hallie. Point awarded here to our Redeemers. Service on the way by Maya Borrud here for the Knights. Reminder, this broadcast of this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. Crockett over the block Ari Diemers outside Bieberdorf. This one will be played in the back by Jensen. Set outside here. This one over by Crockett. That's the younger Hayden Crockett, not once but twice. Now the 10-foot line pushed over here by Ari Diemers. Evenson with the bump back to Hayden Crockett. Here she's blocked at the net by the Knights. Aubrey Greedle here earns the block, and the point is awarded here to Ari Diemers. Service on the way here. Should be 9-5 inside, and it is. Here's Northern Cass now with Crockett. Nort on the outside here will have another net violation on Northern Cass, and Ari Diemers down 9-3 now, trails it by 3. As the serve will be coming here. And we'll see if we get a timeout here on the floor, making sure on the rotation that everything is good. Everything is good for the serve, as this will come on the opposite side now for Ari Diemers. Set up outside here. This one gets over. Evenson with the dig. Northern Cass backs on the way to Crockett. That'll be out of play and make it 4 consecutive points here by the Knights. Ari Diemers made Northern Cass earn it in the second set. They were up 20-19, but then a 6-0 run to finish it out and a 9-1 run by Northern Cass to also finish it out just a little bit later on in the second. Here's a back set by Crockett, able to get over then on the third. Ari Diemers at the 10-foot line as that one comes across by Ebel. Middle on the way, Austin off the block for the kill. And Northern Cass with Austin will earn her 4th. She's got a kill so far in every set here for Jocelyn. And the Jags will go to the service line here with Hallie Crockett. Service on the way here. Borrud with the dig. Minded Ari Diemers outside here. That's going to be a kill. Big hit on the way by Bieberdorf. That's her 6th. And Ari Diemers will get the serve right back on the opposite side here. As service on the way here for the Knights. This will be by the aforementioned Bieberdorf here for Ari Diemers. Service will go to Jensen on the opposite side. Northern Cass. This one pushed across by Jensen in a really good spot for the kill. Josie Jensen leads the floor right now for Northern Cass with kills at 11. And the Jags, after taking set 1 25-14, set 2 25-20, looking for a sweep here as they did in the Region 1 tournament over Waimea, Lidgewood, Sargent County, and Kindred, trying to add on to it here at the state level. This one, though, pushed over off the block of Jensen, used nice by Beto. She's got her 8th kill here, and Ari Diemers back to the service line. Can the Knights get a little bit of a run in them and then try to finish it off here in the third set? That's what Northern Cass is hoping does not happen here, as Lucas earns a kill on the outside. Embarrassment of riches here, particularly with 5'10", 6 foot, 6'1", 6'3" across the way on the front line for head coach Angie Johnson. Jensen, Lucas, you got Elise Sand as well. Service on the way here for Northern Cass with Erickson. Noel hits that one across. Ari Diemers here backs on the way. This is Lindquist, and someone hit the net, and this will be on Northern Cass. Net violation on the Jags. Point awarded here to Minded Ari Diemers. Over in Class A, set number 1, West Fargo. Cheyenne leads by 3, 22-19 over Bismarck St. Mary's for the number 1 seed in the East for Cheyenne. Jocelyn Austin in the back. This one outside here, tipped by Sand. Covered nicely in the back by Ebel. Outside quickly using it and blocked at the net after the hit by Beto. This block on the way by Elise Sand. That's 13-10 now here for Northern Cass. Sand had 108 blocks on the season last year. This year, so far with 94 and counting coming into this volleyball match. Ari Diemers back set tipped on the way for the kill. Maya gets another one. And now Ari Diemers here go to the service line. Maya to serve now for Ari Diemers. Northern Cass though over halfway away in the third set. Erickson with the bump to the outside here. Cross court and the hit. That'll be Crockett as Crockett earns another kill. That's her 4th in this third set. Service upcoming. This will be with Ellie Lucas. Lucas a 6'1 junior. Came in with 31 blocks on the season. Service on the way here for Lucas into the back left corner. Ari Demers with the bump, 10-foot line, hit by number 10 here in Lindquist. Northern Cass backs at Austin off the block, kept alive by Evil in the back. To the interior now for the Knights, blocked at the net, and this one will be with Austin. Austin will handle the block there, as it's now 15-11 with the point awarded here to Northern Cass. 4 points on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. The separation right now between the Jags and the Knights. Ari Demers here to the outside. This one off the block. Erickson with the handle to push, and then this one trying to get punched over by Crockett, and it does. Francis set up middle. Lindquist here, and she's going to keep this one going with Lucas over, and we're going to have a point that's awarded on the lift here by Northern Cass. So point to Ari Demers, 15-12, much to the chagrin of the Northern Cass faithful here on the far sideline. Point does go to Ari Demers, and the captain here for Hallie Crockett just getting the explanation from our head official here. And Angie Johnson asking our near sideline official as well, just to make sure on the particular point. Either it'll be a replayed point and at 15-11, or it'll stand as called and make it 15-12 with the serve upcoming here for Ari Demers. Still to come on our post-match show, Plum stat recaps. Also, we'll hear from the players of this contest, head coach as well. But it's Northern Cass with the advantage right now, up 15-12 and possibly 15-11, as it's been a little bit of a lengthy conversation across the way on the net side as Cheyenne takes the opening set over Bismarck St. Mary's in the Class A portion of the state tournament bracket. Tomorrow, the semifinals for Class B are at 1 and 3 o'clock. The consolation semifinals at 5 and 7. The championship on Saturday at 6. And we'll have a jump ball. So we'll have a jump ball here and take the point away, and it'll be 15-11. And now head coach Kara Nuziano will come on here and get the explanation from our officials on this particular point. So again, it was called originally a lift. Instead, it'll be a service here on the way here for Lucas to make it a 15-11 contest now for Northern Cass, after they were talking about making sure on was it or was it not a lift. So we'll replay the point here, and Northern Cass will come on to serve here at now 15-11. This by Lucas, back right corner. Ari Demers, Francis back set. This will be on the opposite side of the hit there by Lindquist, and that'll be the kill. So Ari Demers, regardless, earns the points. Lindquist now the fourth Ari Demer night with 5 or more kills. And it's going to be Lindquist on to serve here for Ari Demers. Just over the net, good serve. Erickson backs on the way, Sand with the tip, and this one is going to be kept up and pushed over back left corner by the Knights. Push outside here, offer, back foot is Crockett. This one coming set up middle, tipped on the way by Sand. The Knights then volley this one over on the second. Erickson backs at Austin for the kill. Austin with her 5th kill now at 16-12. Ari Demers one net violation, nothing was granted there. And to serve now are the Jags with Addison Rust. Northern Cass with 3 All-Region 1 players. With Crockett, you also had Erickson and Jensen on the All-Region 1 team. And Hallie Crockett, the Senior Athlete of the Year here for Northern Cass. Service here by the setter in the 6-2 combination in Rust. The Knights will use it as they get it over on the third with Greedle. This one backs on the way for Hayden Crockett. Good sprawling attempt in the back by Ebel to keep it alive. Back set pushed over here by Ari Demers. Evenson back bump, that goes to Crockett, cross court for the kill. Crockett in double digits with kills with her and Josie Jensen, and Northern Cass now inching a little farther away here from the Knights in this third set. Service on the way here for Rust. As Rust will have the running jump serve. The Knights will handle it here to the middle. Greedle off the block. Northern Cass now with the back set to Jensen. Back row blocked at the net, and Greedle was ready for that one. Aubrey read that perfectly throughout seen and waiting to where it was going to go, and a couple of smiles on even the Jaguar players going, yeah, that was one that was read perfectly by the middle blocker here by Aubrey of our Redeemers. Set up by Russ. Crockett going cross court. This one pushed over then on the third quickly by Beto. Outside here on the miss hit by Hayden Crockett, and our Redeemers with the point. So after inching up by 5, back-to-back points on our on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard here. A 3-point edge here for the Knights. Trailing it against the Jags. Northern Cass, they'll go with Crockett with the tip. That'll be in, give the assist to Rust here, and the Jags earn the point. So Rust earns another assist. Crockett now matches Jensen with kills here. Make it 18-14 Northern Cass. Service on the way for Crockett, back left corner. Where does our Redeemers go? They'll go in the middle here with Greedle. Here comes Russ with the back bump on the way here. Austin blocked at the net, out of play. Point here to Northern Cass. Good block, just missed it down the line, 19-14. As the Jags looking to earn their 5th consecutive sweep here on the season. Our Redeemers, they'll go to the outside here. Bieberdorf, this one hit by the left hand of Austin for the block at 20-14, and Jocelyn Lerner's second block that's resulted in a point. And Northern Cass right now really putting on the afterburners here late in the third. Crockett gets one of this across and an ace. Make it 21-17, and we got a timeout on the floor. This timeout brought to you in part by Bank North. It's the Jags up by 7, looking to close out the state quarterfinal match against our Redeemers on yourliveevent.com.
At Verwest Contracting, they treat you like family. Why? Because they're family owned and operated. Located in the heart of the Red River Valley, brothers Mark and Scott Verwest established Verwest Contracting in 2004. They're a full-service contractor offering services from electrical and HVAC. Verwest Contracting handles everything from residential, commercial, and agriculture work. For more information, stop by their location in Hunter or go online to verwestcontracting.com.
On yourliveevent.com, Chase Miller with you courtside inside the Bismarck Event Center. Still to come. We'll get to our post-game conversation here. Hear from some of the players and the particulars in this match. As it's Northern Cass right now on to serve here with Crockett. As Crockett will come on here for the Jags. Up on a football score, 21-14 on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Service on the way for Crockett into the back. Our Redeemers here set to the outside. Bieberdorf is blocked at the net. Francis set up middle. Greedle, she's also off the block, but she'll use it. And Aubrey with the kill for our Redeemers. Service on the way here for our Redeemers. Go on the opposite side now, as this one will be into the back with Bieberdorf. She will come on and serve. Back left corner, Crockett is there. In the middle here is Jensen with a monster kill. Might want to check the floor for an indentation on Josie Jensen's kill. She's got 12. And it's just something you just can't coach, teach, or try to block at 6'3". Able to kind of just hang and levitate. And a good assist on the way here by Russ for Northern Cass. Service now getting some action is Ashley Pepke here. The senior at 5'7" comes on to serve. And that's in the back off Brorud. And they're able to get this one over on the third, but out of play. Point awarded here to the Jags. Good serve on the way by Pepke. Make it now 23-15. As Ashley will continue to serve. Pepke here. This one will go in the back left corner. Francis backs it. Greedle off the double block here. Crockett is there. Rust will set it up to the outside. Here's Lucas off the block, kept alive by Ebel, back right corner. For our Redeemers, they'll push it over by Bieberdorf, then on the third. Northern Cass bump to the 10-foot line. Here's Ellie Lucas up and over for the kill, and it's match point now for the Jags. 24-15 now for Northern Cass. At one point, it was 17-14. It's been a good 7-1 run here for the Jags as they're trying to close out here the first set. Match point opportunity here. Finished off by Jensen, and that'll do it. Northern Cass, for the third consecutive season, makes it back to the state semifinals with a 25-14, 25-20, and 25-15 win on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Northern Cass now 37-1 on the season. Our Redeemers drops to 27-12-2. Northern Cass will play the winner of the next contest between Kenmare Bobels and Dickinson Trendy at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, while our Redeemers will play the loser in the exhibition hall in the consolation semifinals at 7. Post-game show is next on YourLiveEvent.com.
Growers, here at Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, we are your water management contractors. We can help you with tile drainage plans, surface drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad at 701-430-0182 to get your water problems solved. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. 701-430-0182, helping farmers grow.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency that provides protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. If you're looking to switch crop insurance companies, now is the time to learn more about Hunter Insurance Agency at hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen today in Hunter.
It's the 35th year of the Hillsborough Business Association Christmas Cash Campaign. Stop at Dakota Heritage Bank or Goose River Bank and sign up for the HBA's interest-free Christmas cash loans of $500 to $1,000 in Christmas cash available to qualified borrowers. Take 10 months to repay the loan with no finance charge or application fee. All participants will be given additional 10% of each loan amount in free Christmas cash, compliments of the Hillsborough EDC. Sign up for your interest-free Hillsborough Christmas Cash loan today and then visit the businesses participating in the HBA Christmas Cash promotion.
As we come back here on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard again, the final in this one, 3-0. Northern Cass 25-14, 25-20, and 25-15. It's gone as scripted. The 1, 2, and 3 seeds all advance to the semifinals coming up tomorrow afternoon. Now it's just a matter of who does Northern Cass play at 3 o'clock. It'll either be Kenmare Bobels or Dickinson Trendy. That match is slated to get underway at 7. For Northern Cass, they were led by Josie Jensen with 12 kills. Hallie Crockett had 11. For Army Deemers, they were led by Maya Beto with 9 kills, and then 6 apiece by Bieberdorf and Aubrey Greedle here with 6 as well. Let's get to some of our post-game show conversation, brought to you in part by Halstead Telephone Company. Halstead Telephone Company, for more information, keeping you connected. Discover local reliability you can trust at halsteadtel.com. That again is halsteadtel.com. Here with our post-game show conversation here, as the Northern Cass Jaguars, a third consecutive season, making it to the state semifinals. 4th place finish 2 years ago, and then last year finishing as state runners-up. We'll get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Matches, also our RDK Enterprises post-game feature precision players as well here in this one, as this continues, as Northern Cass earns the sweep here today over the Minded Our Redeemers, as our post-game show will continue here in a moment on YourLiveEvent.com.
The Northern Cass School District believes that every learner can change the world. That's why they provide a world-class education. Northern Cass will commit to purposely build trust, develop authentic relationships, and engage in innovative practices which will empower learners to be choice-ready. Northern Cass is dedicated and passionate about relationships, teaching and learning, self-reflection, acknowledging greatness, and support of the community. For more information, go online to northerncasschool.org. That's northerncasschool.org.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsborough, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Joining us now on our post-game show conversation is Josie Jensen here for Northern Cass as the Jags are heading back again to the state semifinals. And Josie, congratulations on the win. What did you see from your team right off the bat? 25-14 win in set number one. What did you kind of just – it takes a while to finally get to a state tournament, then you're hanging around the hotel room, you're hanging out all afternoon, but what did you like from your team early on here in this match?
I mean, we just came out ready to go. All of the energy was there. Our connections were great. Everybody was on tonight. It was just a great way to come out.
And then all of a sudden in the second, our Redeemers pushed you a little bit, 25-20. When you get a team to push you, but you finish that set on a 9-1 run, 6-0 to finish it off, how does that kind of – I know – Angie says you work on that in practice, so practice literally pays off a little bit here, Josie?
It really does. I mean, just switching that mindset when you're down a couple points and just getting on a run, it feels great.
At the end of the day, just balance across the board with yourself, with Hallie, with Ellie, with Jocelyn. I know I've asked you this before, but when you can get everybody on like that, what does that do for you, whether you're in the back row or playing in the front line?
It's so important. I mean, when you're able to spread the ball, I mean, the blockers don't really know where to go. For your teammates, they're not just camping on one person. They gotta work pin to pin.
And at the end of the day in this particular volleyball match, what do you hope to carry over to the semifinals tomorrow? 3 o'clock is a scheduled opening serve about 21 hours from now here, Josie. But what do you hope to carry over into the semifinals tomorrow?
I mean, just like I said in the beginning, like our energy, I really hope, it carries over in our connections that we had with our setters and hitters and back row players.
I got to ask you, when you play in this kind of environment, what's it like from a player point of view? When you get to a state environment, play in this type of environment, what's it like?
It's so fun. I mean, these teams, you've never seen them before in your season usually, and just to see the talent that our state has to offer, it's so fun, and the environment is just incredible.
Well, you're going to go from the exhibit hall to the main arena tomorrow, so Josie, we'll see you then, and best of luck tomorrow afternoon.
Thank you so much.
Josie Jensen with us here as we'll allow her to come off, and we'll get to Coach Angie Johnson to join us on the post-game show conversation as well. She'll make her way through the crowd here a little bit inside the Bismarck Event Center. We'll also get to our Enbridge Energy Players of the Match and our RDK Enterprises Feature Precision Play of the Match, as well as Coach Angie Johnson now with the headsets on. And Angie, congratulations.
Thank you.
I know I talked to Josie, kind of hang out all day. You get here yesterday through the ice and snow and the wind on interstate, but ultimately at the end of the day, it seemed like your team was focused in particularly early in this first set. What did you see from your team in that first set win?
Yeah, I mean, we were focused. That was a big goal of ours, just to kind of come in and make sure that we take care of business right away and that we're ready to play. You know, we had the talk beforehand, like, it doesn't matter what we're ranked. These are the top 8 teams in North Dakota, so we just have to make sure that we come out and we play our best.
And our Redeemers, this is their 7th match against state tournament competition, and you're the 7th team here. But more importantly, it seemed like the service line was really in your favor, whether it was aces or good serves. How big is that in the game of volleyball when, Hallie's got like 7, you add Noelle with 3, Ellie's got a couple as well. What does that do for a volleyball team here, Angie?
You know, it's those quick, easy points that are really nice, and it kind of builds your lead a little bit. You know, we weren't going out wanting to get a bunch of aces and to ace them. It was just, let's get it over and in. We watched a couple matches earlier today that we saw a lot of missed serves, and I don't know if it was nerves or anything like that. So our big talk was just, let's get the ball over and in so that we're not giving them any easy points.
And we mentioned it at particular times, closing out sets. And in that second, it was a grinder, tied at 19 apiece. They go up 20-19. You finish on a 9-1, 6-0 to close it out. So practice makes perfect here, Angie, a little bit. I guess you could say, what'd you see from your team there at the end of the second?
You know, I don't like when we do that. I'd prefer for us to be up in the beginning and just stay up. So, but I mean, it's good to be in those moments too. I thought, as of late, we've been able to close those matches. And so that's, a testament to them for being able to handle those hard situations better than the other team. So, we talked the third game, we handled hard better the second set at the end, but now let's handle it hard from the beginning and not have to play catch up at the end.
So at the end of the day, Kenmare Bowbells, Dickinson Trinity, 2 teams that are on the completely opposite end of the state for you here. So how much now do you allow the team to enjoy it, but how much do you as a coach now, Angie, go into quote-unquote scout mode here in the next couple of hours?
We'll probably watch them for a little bit, and then we'll head back to the hotel. But we don't, I kind of said before, we don't want to watch too much and take too many notes, because then it just bogs our brain with what, not focusing on what we need to do. So we'll take a couple little notes. They're both really good teams. I think it's going to be a really great game to watch. They're pretty evenly matched, so I'm excited.
Angie, thanks so much for your time. We'll see you at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon in the semifinals.
Thank you.
Angie Johnson with us here on our post-game show. We'll put a bow on this after this on your live event.
Are you thinking about upgrading your planter? This is Shane from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer in Hillsborough and Drayton. I ask you the question about upgrading your planter because this is the time for you to ask me to explain the Precision Plant Partner programs. Yes, you could get some of your planter equipment paid for. Contact RDK Enterprises 701-636-2119 at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com.
Perfect timing right to get into our RDK Enterprises players of the match, and more importantly, our precision play of the match. And we're going to go back to that second set, trailing at 20-19. Ari Deemers with the lead, a 6-0 run to close it out for Northern Cass. And Coach Johnson has mentioned it before, trying to finish teams off, even if you're trailing from behind or even late. And that was a difference maker. If Ari Deemers wins that second set, who knows how this match goes. But instead, Northern Cass gets up 2-love and finishes them off in the third, 25-15. That is our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the match. In Hillsborough and Drayton, they thank the area growers for your trust in RDK Enterprises as your planter experts. Now as you get into the winter, as you get ahead for the spring, make sure you check out the performance of your planter and give the folks at RDK Enterprises a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. From there to our Enbridge Energy players of the match. Again, just the combination play overall of Josie Jensen, Hallie Crockett, 23 kills in this one. From the service line, Hallie, we marked her down with 7 aces in the match, and that is a big difference maker when Northern Cass only has 4 service errors to 11 aces. On the opposite side for Ari Deemers, 2 aces and 3 service errors. And Enbridge Energy player of the match for Ari Deemers is Maya Vibeto here, finishing with 9 kills. On the way on the opposite side here for the, again, for the Minot Ari Deemers Knights here in this one. So the final 25-14, 25-20, and 25-15. Linton HMB 1-4, Thompson 1-3, Northern Cass 1-3. Now it's just a matter of Kenmare Bulbels and Dickinson Trinity. Winner plays Northern Cass tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Loser plays Ari Deemers at 7 in the consolation semifinals. Class A earlier today, Bismarck Century 3-0 over Fargo North. West Bismarck Legacy defeated West Fargo 3-2. So it's Century and Legacy in the semifinals tomorrow in Class A. West Fargo Cheyenne currently leads at 2-0 over Bismarck St. Mary's. The nightcap features Jamestown and the Fargo South Bruins. But our coverage tomorrow for match number 1 in the Class B semifinals, Linton HMB and Thompson, will be at 3 o'clock. Between the Lions and the Tommies, and then the other semifinal will feature at 3 o'clock. That again is Northern Cass against the winner of our next match between Kenmare Bulbels and the Dickinson Trinity Titans. Thanks so much for joining in and being part of the show here today, including Angie Johnson from Northern Cass, hearing from Josie Jensen as well. Make sure you tune in tomorrow as our state volleyball coverage continues. And make sure you go to our website, yourliveevent.com, for upcoming games and contests throughout the next couple of weeks as we wrap up the month of November. I'm Chase Miller, repeating today's final for the Bismarck Event Center. 3-0 Northern Cass wins over Minot Ari Deemers. We'll see you in the semifinals tomorrow afternoon here on yourliveevent.com.